Hey guys, Joshua here. I just wanted to send you a little video encouragement if I could. So today I went down to Bongo Java, our local coffee shop, and I was ordering a couple of lattes. When there was a guy standing right next to me, and he started talking to the manager, and he was inquiring about work. He said, "Yeah, I have this job outdoors, and it's turning winter soon, so I want to get a job. Are you guys hiring?" And the guy said, "Well, you want to go online, fill out an application. We have 5 stores." Kind of a very typical manager response. And so the fellow looking for work went ahead and was like, "Well, I have a lot of barista experience. In fact, I used to work at Starbucks. Man, oh, that place was so awful. I had to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was there at 5 o'clock. I got up at like 4, and the people were so rude, and they just made me so angry. And gosh, I just couldn't stand dealing with these people so early. I mean," and he carries on the conversation. He says, "I'm out with my band partying until like 2 o'clock in the morning, so I can't uh, really think straight even early that morning. I don't know what these people expect." And so I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, this guy does not want to get a job very well. Because A, he's told me that his band's a priority, that he parties all night long, that he doesn't really like customers. The field of work he's in right now is not making coffee. I'm just getting the idea that this guy probably doesn't really care. So then he kind of like goes on. There was like a good opportunity for him to move away from the counter and kind of like go on about his next thing, but he was stuck saying, I well, we'll just see. I'll fill out an app, and we'll just see how it works. And I totally understand if you can't give me a job, maybe it'll work out. And I don't know, man. It would be pretty cool. And I guess it doesn't matter. I've got like 3 jobs anyways, and blah blah blah. Anyways, what's the moral of the story? I started thinking about this. Sometimes when we're out planting churches, we carry the insecurities of these churches on our sleeves. For example, for a long time, we didn't have like great kids ministry. So I would meet this couple who has kids, and I would say, "Oh, I'm so excited. I would love for you to come visit our church. But, our kids ministry is pretty crappy, or we haven't like really gotten used to meeting the needs of kids and things like that." Anyways, I started to realize that I was kind of like, you know, letting my insecurities rule, or my opinion of the ministry was ruling or speaking louder than anything else that could be said. This is what people were hearing. People were hearing my insecurities. So when I really was listening to the guy talk about the coffee job, he basically was saying, "I would like to work here. I would because I need a job, but I really don't think that I'm going to do very well." And that insecurity and fear was coming out. So maybe you don't have a good worship team right now. You don't necessarily have to promote that. Maybe you don't have a good kids ministry. Maybe it's embarrassing because there's not a lot of people showing up, and so you kind of miss that synergy or that excitement that things are happening and progressing and moving forward. Well, look, most people will realize that those are your insecurities as a leader more so than the reality. I just want to encourage you, despite how you may feel, that it is very important that you focus on the positive, that you are thinking about all the great things that you have to offer. You are a good, strong leader. You have something to say, and your community has something to say. Granted, we may not have the best worship teams. We may not have the best kids ministries. We may not have the best facility. We may not have the most comfortable chairs or whatever the things that we feel are lacking. But that is no reason at all to be apologetic and let all of your insecurities come out. Don't let your insecurities paint the picture of what is really happening at the church. I want to leave you with scripture from 2 Timothy It's actually in a scripture context about grumbling and complaining. But I want to start with verse 14. But it says, "Do everything without grumbling or arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure, children of God without fault, in a warped and crooked generation." And then this is the part I want you to really catch. "Then you will shine among them like stars in the sky, as you hold firmly to the word of life. And then I will be able to boast on that day of Christ, that I did not run or labor in vain." And so I just want to encourage you and leave you with that. Your words and your actions, whether they're promoted by a truth or just your insecurities coming out, have real meaning and real value. And they communicate many times much louder than actually you want them to communicate. So be careful, and may God's grace be extended to you. We love all you guys and hope to see you in January.